wherever you're joining us from. Thank you once again. I know you are going to say this could be a conspiracy theory, but let me tell you that the Nigerian politics is all about conspiracy. It's all about evil plotters conniving to just disrupt and topple those that have the good intention. For me, I haven't listened to what Amechi said yesterday in that interview. I believe perhaps Amechi has been contracted by Atiku to probably reduce, deflate the support Peter Obi might have in the ADC party primaries. Now, why do I say this? Now, take for instance, we are in the primaries and they are saying that they shouldn't zone. We know that the chairman of the party does not want to zone. The chairman of the party, who is David Mark, has been saying that they will not zone, that everybody should go into that primaries of the coalition and fight if they think they are popular. All right? Because ordinarily, what Amechi should have said is, I will not partake in these primaries if it is not a primary that is strictly zoned to the south. Yes, we must limit the coalition because it is rightly the turn of the south. So, if Amechi is in that contest, Peter Obi is in that contest, which other southern aspirant is popular aside from Amechi and Peter Obi? None. Is there any other person who is contesting in ADC other than Atiku? No. So you will see that the game plan is when they go into that contest, that primary contest, and those who should ordinarily have given that overwhelming support to Peter Obi, that means the vote will not be split. This was the same tactics Tinubu used to defeat Obi and Atiku, supposedly, because that election is till tomorrow will continue to be debatable, to be contested. We all saw what happened, how they switched up the IF, how Obi was robbed openly, but again, that was not fought to the fullest, so that is a bygone. All right, so I feel what wants to happen in that ADC is Atiku wants to ambush Obi using Amechi, because take a step back and take a look at what's going to happen. I mean, in the south, we have the southeast, we have the south, we have the middle belt, we have the southwest. All right. The people of Aregbesola who are supposed to vote in the primary for, let's say, Obi, but because Aregbesola is there, because Amechi is there, 100% of Aregbesola's support base will not overwhelmingly go for Obi. It will be split. So now, while in the north, most of all the northerners will rather vote for Atiku. So you will see that the vote will not be splitted. The southern vote will now be balkanized between Amechi and Peter Obi to the benefit of who? To the advantage of who? Of Atiku. So the ADC is a party that was designed, formulated by the likes of Amechi. In fact, Amechi is in his report said that this ADC was conceived by a northern senator who is an ally of Atiku. I cannot remember the name of that senator, but he said that immediately that guy initiated it, when he conceived it, he called himself Amechi, and one other guy is that he was having fracas with over the years. So they went in there after they resolved it. Then that guy said that they should talk about coalition, that the North and the South need to have an handshake. And then Atiku came on board, and the story is where we are today. For me, what the North must understand is, if Atiku thinks he can use Amechi to disrupt Peter Obi's chances of grabbing that power, let me use the word grab it. We need to grab it from Tinubu. If Atiku thinks he wants to be smart, well, if they grab the primaries from Peter Obi, if Peter Obi mistakenly continues to stay with them in that their ADC, right, and Atiku somehow, because there's no way Obi will win the primaries. I've told you what they want to do. It is as clear as night and day. It will be three people that will be going for the primaries. So you just ask the question. Ask that question. If it is a direct primaries, wherein it is the member of the parties that want to go and vote. So the whole of the North will want to vote for Atiku. Don't forget that Nigeria is a country, is a third world country. Nigeria is a country where the people do not think competence, they think religion and tribalism and ethnicity. That's what they think. What decides, what determines our decisions, our judgments, and all that is those primordial sentiments. You cannot take it away. Forget policy makers, policies, debate. Forget those nonsense talk. So, if we are in a direct primaries, the northern electorates who are engaged in that direct primaries will all of them go. They will all go for Atiku. It is not. It is not a cause. There's no matter what Obi thinks he wants to do. You see those corners, they will all vote for Atiku. Then come back to the south, because in the south now, imagine if it was only Atiku, Amechi steps down, because there's no way on earth Amechi will ever feel, unless of course it's just delusional. But I know he's there, he's been planted to disrupt Obi's chances. It's as simple as that. Amechi is being planted by Atiku, according to my conspiracies, to obstruct, to obscure, to deflate the support that Peter Obi will possibly get in the direct primaries. Now, Atiku has gotten almost 90% of the vote from the north in that direct primaries. Now, come back to the south. We have the Amechi figure. You know, the southerners are somewhat liberal. So the southerners, the Yoruba might, the Yorubas are always swings. The Yorubas are not they don't go one party. No, they don't do one party system. They don't go one direction. The Yorubas are swing voters. So you see that maybe 50 or 60% might vote for Obi, and then like 40%. These are 40% who might think that, okay, Amechi, because he still respect the Muslims, he still does like the North, he still give reference, or out of eight, whatever, those ones out of in the Southwest, like 40% will now vote Amechi. Now I go to South. In the South, Amechi would likely get 50% or 60% of the votes. In the Southeast, Obi will clear it. So you will now see that, what happened? How did he lose these primaries? Then the conversation will start. Okay, the Atiku don't win. No, he didn't rig. But that is the systematic, obstructions, hurdles. Amechi must step down his aspiration for presidency in ADC. If Obi have to defeat Atiku in that direct primaries, because as far as I'm concerned, Obi says he's still part of the coalition. So I cannot come out and say Obi will not contest. Okay, but this is not rocket science. I have seen it that Atiku wants to use the strategy Tinubu used in 2023, wherein he ensured that Obi and Atiku never worked together, and when they were separated, their votes splitted, and eventually we saw how Tinubu came on top. All right, we saw how Tinubu came on top. But if my conspiracy at the end of the day, comes out to be true, then Atiku should forget it. Atiku should forget it, that because everybody would rather vote for anything but Atiku. In fact, bring a goat and say this goat na southern goat, put it on the ballot. Southerners will vote it, because at that time, Southerners will say that, Oga, we are not talking of competence here. We are not talking of, say, good governance. No. Before we talk of good governance, before we talk of competence, let us talk of zone. This is the position, the North have always taken when it comes to election. They will tell you, who is his wife? Is she a Muslim? They will tell you, is the guy a Christian? Does the guy have I not seen campaigns recently that are saying that Obi, when he was a governor, he didn't do well to the Muslim communities? Just bow the dash nonsense conversations. This is why I say that Atiku should step down. A lot of obedience have started crying. There's a new group called Obedient Ninja. These are guys who want to ensure that Atiku steps down. And this is why they've come up with that propaganda or that agenda that says it is Obi or nothing. At this stage, it is Amechi stepping down. I believe that if Amechi steps down, Amechi just should feel the temperature of the country. You should see what is going on, that the country wants this man. Right? In the South today, the two most popular candidates are Peter Obi and Tinubu. We know that. The two most popular candidates after Peter Obi, the next person that is popular is Tinubu. We know that. We know that Tinubu won that 2023 election simply because Atiku was involved. Atiku was the one that balkanized the support Obi should have overwhelmingly gotten in the north, because the northern structures which Atiku grabbed, they would have all gravitated towards Obi. It's not rocket science. Do you want to talk about Adamawa? Do you want to talk about Nasarawa? Do you want to talk about Kaduna? Do you want to talk about Kano? Do you want to talk about Katsina? Obi would have won all these places. Do you want to talk about Bayelsa in South South? Do you want to talk about Osun State in South South? Obi would have won all these places. And Obi, but balkanization of this man's political value, political chances, is what they are doing. Why they want to keep us in this evil is why me, I don't know. I don't know why. So far next, we must open our eyes, shine our eyes, that these people have plotted. Atiku, Ameachi, Tinubu, these guys are all gangsters. We know them, they are all on the same pedestal. The only person that is different from them is, of course, we know Obi. Because out of those three, tell me the one wey no dey collect pension. Is Atiku not collecting pension as it stands? Is Tinubu not still collecting pension? Is Amechi not collecting pension? Obi is the only one that said, I am not collecting pension, and we have verified and we have seen it to be true. Obi is the only one that dropped over 150 billion. He left it in the bank for his successor. Tinubu left debt. Amechi left gbese, uncompleted project. Atiku, we know what that one did with our privatization of our Nigerian national asset. So what are we talking about? If Obi does not want to open his eye and be smart, but I think he will, I think he is, because this is why Obi is not, is not all body dive into the pool. It's not, no, he doesn't want to put all his body. It's just one leg into ADC, the other leg into PDP, one hand into Labour Party, the other hand into anything that comes again. So he has, Obi right now is like an octopus. He has spread out his tentacles. Anywhere, anyone, make I just spread them. Anyone wey belle wey better thing dey, if I grab an idea go. So that's what he's doing. I think this is how you become invisible, and when you do that, of course, Tinubu will confuse, Atiku will be confused. But the first devil that I know Obi needs to confront and defeat is Atiku, because that's his first devil. Now the first devil wey dey in house with that. The last time it was Atiku that did not allow Obi to win. This time again, Atiku has brought someone like Amechi to squattle and, of course, to dwarf his chances. Well, let's listen to what the obedient Ninjas are saying. Angry obedient Ninjas who have now come to that terms with me that there's some level of compromise going on. Why Amechi at this time is now becoming so vocal, saying that he wants to become the president. What does he have to offer? Let's listen to them together.
Just based on their position on how the politics should go, they will never support any other person apart from Atiku. E.g., Dele Momodu, what's his name? Dino Milai. These guys cannot be in this place for Peter Obi. Where they say we should let it go, okay, we say, okay, we will let it go. Right? And so many other things. Again, another red flag is the fact that Peter Obi or nothing is getting people upset. That's actually, a lot of people don't know that that's actually another red flag. If you are in a talking stage with somebody that you want to get married to, and just because he or she has one kind of eating habit, you can't stand it. I am not watching that. Look, am I sure I want to get married to this person? If we are already getting upset by Peter Obi or nothing, just people saying that this is the candidate we want or we work. Even if you don't want people to work, are you supposed to bully them? Are you not supposed to come and say, okay, look, this is why you should not work because of X, Y, Z? Right? But you see these people, they will just go, there's a meltdown, and so we've seen it's just, honestly, it's difficult.
Batiside, Malam Batiside, this man is not talking like a statesman. Absolutely. No, I want everybody to see this, guys. This is not about partisanship. My support for PO is not a secret. But I'm saying that, look, ask yourself a question. This is the man that you want. Let's even pretend there's a universe where ADC zones to the south and Amechi becomes the contender. This is the person. This man is not talking like a statesman. He's talking like the same people we are trying to free ourselves from. That is what we are saying. No, honestly, I was waiting.
Absolutely.
I have dog. Like I said, I wasn't on the space, but I was searching to see some kind of intelligence in what this man was offering. That again, for the opt-ins time, there is no universe where this man lines up to Peter Obi. He does not exist, which is where we say Peter Obi or nothing, because we don't just want to win an election by grabbing power. We want to change our country. We want to change the direction of our country. We deserve better than this bunch of people. These people, they have held our country, right, in bondage for so many decades. Many of them have never practiced. Whether you are a lawyer, whether whatever you went to school to, they've never one day held a job. Many of them. Politics has been their lifelong jobs, right? Compared to a Peter Obi, right? So I'm not here to look. I mean, we are way past selling Peter Obi. Honestly, I get the argument of people saying, we should always sell our candidate. I get that, but these people, they have just shown their hands, and what they have shown is that they are not interested in the future of Nigeria. They are interested in what they are about to get from the process. That's what we are saying. So it is Peter Obi as an obedient ninja. I am saying that it is Peter Obi or nothing, unapologetically. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want a different country and I want a change of direction for our country. And the likes of Amechi talking the way he spoke on that space is not that future. He's a dinosaur, and their time is coming, and they will be extinct very soon. I'm done.
Tudo, sorry guys. You cannot be done with the coalition, number one, and I'll give a few reasons. First reason, how can we lose our Master Shifu in the whole coalition thing? No, now Master Shifu, you can't leave the students alone like this now. You can't do it. Sense
Maybe
it,
maybe 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 the Shifu knows something. Maybe he
No,
has
no,
no,
no.
he
no,
has
no.
spread
See,
the
The
see,
tea
Shifu,
leaves. The Shifu has
Chris,
spread the
being
tea
done,
leaves.
Chris, being done with the coalition means he doesn't trust them again. But if the coalition ends up giving P2B the ticket, we work with them. But for now, I'm not going to trust them. That is
oh,
what
okay,
we are saying.
okay,
Because
then,
We
they have
don't
shown they
trust
cannot
them
be
again.
trusted.
okay, okay,
See,
What we
okay,
are
eh,
advising P2B now is to start shopping elsewhere
Karigwe,
while he's
Karigwe,
still there
Karigwe. We were
planning with
dealing with
them.
the Atiku shenanigans for a long while. For a long while.
Now
And
we don't join our
all of a
man.
sudden, another one just, I'm like, wait, when are we going to understand that there is a deliberate, calculated plan? When are we going to see it? When it's too late? The reason that we have jumped in front is to say, we see you, we see what you're doing, but we are gonna if we are the last to keep holding the fort, we will do it to say it is Peter or B or nothing, and we are patriots, right? These people are not. They are not. They have shown that they are not patriots. I don't want a country where my president is talking like that man that I heard from the snippets I've listened to. No, that is not the future of Nigeria we dream of. We want a
Somebody
different
wants to be
Nigeria.
Nigerian president and you are boasting with sponsoring cyberbullying.
He said it openly.
That you sponsored cyberbullying,
Cyberbullying,
you're
which
boasting with
a
it, a crime.
crime.
You're coming out to
That
tell
is
us
a
you committed a
crime, not
crime.
just in other parts of the world, even in Nigeria. Cyberbullying is a crime. He openly confessed to it. And that is the man you want to vote for. Aye.
Tudo,
And
um,
people like Mike, and
Tudo,
people
All right,
like
please.
Mike are defending him. People
hold
like
on,
Mike
hold
Powers
on,
are defending him, and
hold
they call
on.
themselves obedient. Chris, I'm sorry.
Guys,
I'm
No,
sorry
guys,
my
for
please,
problem,
what
guys,
my
you're
please,
problem
doing.
guys,
is
We
please.
need
hold
to
on,
be calling
hold
our
on,
Field
Yeah,
hold
people
see,
on.
out.
Marshal,
guys,
calm down.
let's move the mic.
Field Marshal,
Guys,
please calm
wait,
down.
let us move the mic so that people, because
Yes,
Um,
please give to Mr.
hand
Kolade.
on
Give
the
to Mr.
shake
Kolade.
since.
Mr. Kolade is very
wait,
perceptive
wait.
in reading
Now,
hand
when
Yeah,
Atiku
no,
they
I
say
know. Let
something,
me do
All
let me
right,
do a lineup
all right,
based on
all
the
right.
facts I'm
let me
seeing.
finish
The
now.
Colade, you will finish now, but let me do a lineup after you. Then they will go.
Okay.
Colade will go. Then Diko, Nina, Jagun will chip in because he's spoken before. Then Mbakwa and which other? I've not seen any other hands again. No. So if Chris after you now, Kolade will go. Then Diko will go.
My
Okay.
people, you just dey
So
bust my head. Oh, Chris, okay. Chris,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no, Kolade. Let's Chris. We'll say that after
Oh,
Chris.
sorry, I didn't hear that. Go ahead, Chris, my brother.
Your blood they
You
hot.
dey hot, you
Eh?
dey hot, you dey hot. You dey bust my head. Well, I.
I won't take long. I just wanted to say, okay, I now understand what Tudo meant when he said he's done. But yes, of course, this is what they would have liked us to say that, oh, we are done. Because number one, they don't like the support that Peter Obi has. He came into the coalition or he went into it with our full support. They also don't like the support that he's getting within the coalition because whether we like it or not, there are people who are not obedient that are inside the coalition that give